Hey Corn Dogs, Jared here, co-founder of Fear of Corn and one of the devs of the video game Inter-ference, a narrative-driven sci-fi survival horror game where all of the scary stuff happens miles away. I don't actually have anything written on my hand. It's a beautiful summer morning here in so I thought I'd get out from behind the desk, get some fresh air, and have a quick chat with someone who's been there from the very beginning, my partner in Corn, and personal good friend, Brad. How are you doing today, Brad?
I'm all right, Jared. It's a little tired today.
I mean, we can do this another time if you.
No. This is good. I want to do it now, get it over with, and
yeah, let's just get this over with. So, can you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Brad.
Actually, can you put your Inter-ference shirt on? I asked you to do that in the email.
Maybe you should have started with that, but yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right.
I'm Brad. I'm a co-founder of Fear of Corn and a developer on Inter-ference. And so, yeah, as a developer, I do a little of everything, but my main area of focus is kind of on the art and design side of things.
So let's kind of get into our backstory a little bit. How did we meet?
Yeah, we lived in the same dorm in college for the longest time. You were just kind of a guy that lived upstairs. But, we were both in the same film program. We ended up taking some similar classes together, and kind of the universe sort of pushed us kind of together, I think.
What got you interested in making video games in the first place? Like, was this an interest that you've always kind of had? Or
yeah, so I've always been interested in playing video games. Didn't really think much about making video games until I took a video game design class.
We took that together, right?
Which we did take together, yeah, now that you mention it,
yes.
You were in that class as well. But yeah, and then once I kind of got into that mindset, it sort of made me a little more intrigued by the idea of kind of creating games.
Do you remember how we kind of got started when I first brought up to you, like, hey, let's make a video game?
I do, yeah. We were on the bus to Six Flags.
Oh, that's right. I actually,
towards the end of senior
I'm glad
year.
you remembered something, because I didn't remember this one.
Yeah, I think you brought that up, and I was like, I was in a pretty good mood. I was hyped to go to Six Flags, and the world was full of possibilities at the end of our senior year of college. So
obviously, I brought the idea to make a game to you about 5 years ago. We haven't been working on Inter-ference that entire time. What took so long for us to get to this point?
I mean, to put it bluntly, failure,
yes.
I think. This is not the game we've been working on for 5 years. So I think the biggest kind of lesson and the biggest area that we've sort of improved on in those years leading up to Inter-ference has been just kind of how do you take like a little seed of an idea and develop that into something that's, able to be executed on in a reasonable time frame.
We're still using a lot of the same, at least story and lore elements that we developed back on that very first game back in 2015 called Harvest.
There was a lot of stuff we developed about that lore and about that universe that I think stuck with us for 5 years. So I think what we've really done here is we took those elements and those kind of concepts that I think we didn't want to just abandon, and reworked them into a game, a completely different setting, a completely different story. And I think there's a lot to sort of unpack and a lot of kind of lore to dig into. And the more you kind of put into the exploration and Inter-ference, the more kind of story you can sort of pull out.
There's a bee, folks. So Inter-ference deals with a lot of themes that both you and I and a lot of people our age and more kind of universally struggle with, feelings of anxiety about what they want to do and ambition, long-time friendships and kind of drifting apart, moving on. How did the themes of Inter-ference resonate with you?
People our age tend to have a very, very set idea of kind of where they see themselves. When you're younger, you have people in your life, you have friendships, relationships, and sometimes it feels like everything is on this track and it's going to be exactly how you think it's going to play out. But then as everyone kind of goes their own way, discovers more things about themselves and kind of takes the path that they feel like they need to take to be the most happy, it doesn't always, pan out the way you expected it to. And it can kind of take a toll and just cause people to sort of drift apart a little bit. And I think our game kind of explores how difficult and how much of a strain that can put on a friendship.
What would you say is your favorite part about Inter-ference?
Favorite part about Inter-ference, I think, is the general approach to player agency. I think our kind of universal goal with this game, and the thing we really strive to do as much as possible, is allow the player to do what they want to do.
What challenges are there in creating a game like this?
The biggest challenge is just anticipating the chaos of what a player might decide to do and making sure we're able to respond to it in an appropriate way.
I'm excited for people to be kind of have their own unique experience to play the game with a almost certainty that it's not going to be the exact same experience that someone else had.
Definitely, yeah.
If that's your favorite part about Interference, how about your favorite thing about me?
Geez, I don't know.
Okay. How about what's your favorite video game?
Oh, that's one I could speak to. Fallout New Vegas. Been a fan of that one since it first came out. I've had many playthroughs of it since.
Awesome. I guess kind of last question here. What do you hope people playing Interference will get out of the game?
I'm hoping that they are left with an experience where they enjoyed the time they spent playing it, and they're left thinking about the world a little bit that we've created. I think what I really want people to get out of this is a desire to revisit the world.
Cool. I think that's...
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm good.
But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you again for taking time this morning on your Saturday morning to have this interview with me.
Of course, yeah. No, thank you for getting things wrapped up relatively quickly.
Yeah. Say hi to Catherine for me.
Not going to do that.
Oh. Okay. That was Brad, co-founder of Fear of Corn and one of the other developers of Interference. If you are interested in the game at all, please wishlist it on Steam. Follow us on Twitter. We'll put all the links in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more video content in the future. Or not. I don't really care what you do. And that is Player Agency. See ya.